Nazis and then...
Well, now you bring up a question that I'm not prepared to give you an answer to here. Because this is after World War II. We've learned over the years, for those of us who've been paying attention, that the Germans had technology far beyond what most people were told. We learned that the Germans had incredibly advanced, apparently, some form of extraterrestrial technology. Because Germans were flying circular discs back, oh God, according to my friend Jim Nichols, that they were flying them in the 30s. Well...
Okay, but...
There's been a battle going on in Washington and other places for many, many years. A division between the authorities. There are those who say, we've got to bring this all out. We've got to tell the people deserve the answers. They need the information. It'll help bring about an expansion of consciousness, which is essential to our survival. And then there are others who say, not only no, but hell no. This story is so damn big, we can't tell the people because they're not ready. And that little war has been going back and forth. Well, I've encountered both sides. I've had people, from this group and from this group. And to be honest with you, I've ended up agreeing with this group and agreeing with this group. Yes, it's got to come out. No, it can't come out. And we discuss this again every other night.
Exactly.
And you better damn well get yourself prepared for what you're about to face. Because if you think quantum physics is a shock, you ain't seen nothing yet.
So we're talking time travel, right?
Of course.
We're talking time travel. We're talking time travel in...
That you are a godlike, immortal being. Now, that's what the people out there and those who watch and those who listen have got to understand. You are an infinite spark of divinity yourself. Now, if we can get them to see that, this transition, which is going to be painful and awkward and troublesome, and yeah, we've got massive underground facilities all over the country, all over the planet. We've got official military relationships with off-planet intelligences. But God, they don't want us to know about the Aerospace Command. Would you believe that? Trillions of dollars a year going off to a military command that the American people don't even know exists.
You're talking about Space Command.
I'm talking Aerospace Command.
Okay.
It's
Is that located
by,
in Nebraska?
No. It used to be Nebraska. It used to be Colorado Springs.
Uh-huh.
Now the headquarters, I swear to God, the headquarters is in orbit.
Right.
Now, trillions done that now since World War II.
British, and what about Australian?
UK. Are you familiar with the UKUSA Pact?
I've heard of it.
UK-USA.
Right.
Signed in 1947. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and Great Britain.
Okay.
And the US.
I mean, they're going, we're talking outside this solar system, right?
Leaving the system, yes indeed. And when he said we can take ET home, we're talking about hyperluminal flight. And we've had anti-gravity and we've had zero-point energy for, 40 years.
So, okay, we're talking superluminal travel. You talked about a Stargate basically under S4 that's going over. I mean,
did you know that the real Galactic Federation headquarters is not even in our galaxy? Now, you put that in. I mean, we're not talking about interplanetary or interstellar. We're talking about intergalactic. We're talking about interdimensional. All of the above. And our authorities have known this since before I retired in '76. We do have a future. And it's glorious. There is not going to be a nuclear war because they're not going to allow it. because the planet is too valuable. The flora and fauna in this zoological garden is too precious. And they have already intervened several times. They've made their point. Frankly, we don't own the planet.
Bob, are you being made aware that there is also a war going on in between various ET groups?
I know there is a struggle going on, but it is not a full-scale war.
Okay.
There is a struggle between one group. Apparently, they've got a divided family. The clan, the clan has been divided for a long, long time.
You're talking about the Anunnaki in terms of situ.
There's been this, I call it, dysfunctional family situation. And that's been going on, and we've been in the middle of that before. Well, that's still going on. But I have learned, and I want it made it clear on the tape, that there is a hierarchy out there. And there are intelligences in the hierarchy above us that have an agenda of their own. Among the different groups that are coming and going, some of them have an agenda of their own. And this hierarchy out there, I would say, is where this lovely young man from Galilee. Carrie, let me tell you this in closing, that there are things going on in laboratories in this country, and laboratories in the United Kingdom, in Australia, in China, that the Christian fundamentalists would have a fit over if they knew about. We are cloning human beings. And that's just science. We're doing the same thing the Anunnaki did 100, 200,000 years ago. We're cloning human beings. Aboard some of the ships, there are laboratory ships out there. And you've gotten this from other whistleblowers. On some of those laboratory ships, there are vast containers filled with cloned human beings. And would you believe, you probably would, because you've been doing some homework, that if you were to take me and you or Jim or any of the others of us out there, they might be able to show you a clone of us. And they are able to help us take our soul from this body and put it into a new body.
Yes. Yes, I've heard this.
That is a reality. Now, you see, that in itself is sensitive. How do you go tell that to Joe Sixpack out there? How do you tell that to a Muslim fundamentalist or a Christian fundamentalist? Or any fundamentalist? There was a fundamentalist who I didn't offend. And God help him, I hope there are more of those out there. And I'm sure there are.
Well, Brother Dean, you said it like it needs to be said.
Well, Sister Carrie, it's been my pleasure, honey. And I'm not making fun of these fundamentalist people. Some of them I'm the best friends.
I understand.
And God loves us all.
That's right. Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed it.
For your courage and your service to humanity.
It's not courage, but